Hello everyone, welcome back to part 11 of Hill Orc Fighter of Beogh. I'm Ultraviolent 4. We're here with our buddy Ogric, and we're in the Vestibule of Hell, which we cleared out at the end of the last episode. In this one we're going to be heading into the extended portions of the game. We've got our 5 runes, which are ones that you might get in the course of a standard 3 rune game, but it's going to be time to start building towards 15. Very exciting. We got a plane. It's good way to start this one off. There is something different about the start of this episode though. Something is different here with what you're seeing right now between this one and the end of the last one. I'll give you a second to think about it. Did you figure it out? Probably not. It's the time is different. That's the only difference. Because I did some stuff off camera and then I spent 20 minutes painstakingly putting it back into the exact same spot so you wouldn't notice. Not really, but all the same. So I walked around picking up all the best weapons and armors, etc. to gift our orcs, and I've made them into a couple of stashes, which I'll show you. It's been a very, very long time since I've made stashes in Crawl. It's been years, in fact. So we've got a few stashes here. We've got a shield stash, a weapon stash that has a bunch of good polearms. In particular, these glaives of Holy Wrath are going to be very powerful in the extended game, where everything's a demon or undead or evil. We've got some crossbows there and some armors here. And then a ring that I ditched. Oh yeah, another ring I can ditch. If this has been bothering you, it's now time to fix it. So for a long time now, I've been wearing a plain protection from magic ring. I don't know why, but this ring here, the ring of the, I don't know how you say that, like that's in, I'm not even gonna try. This ring is better than the plain MR ring. The little bit of minus int doesn't really matter. The extra strength is good. And then the RN is going to be extremely useful when we go into the extended game. The amount of RN that you have determines how much damage you take from Torment. And there's a lot of it in the extended game. Believe it or not, Tormentors have it. But then Fiends also have it. You're going to meet a lot of those, and Panlords might. So let's ditch the plain protection from magic ring, and we're going to do this one. Okay, the ring of starting your own business spirit. Alright, and stashes. So man, it's been a long time. You used to make these a lot because first of all, the search function in Crawl wasn't like it is now, so you couldn't just search to be like, hey, I want a large shield, and the game would just tell you where they are. You had to actually keep track of where things were. And the other thing, a long time ago, enemies used to be able to pick up your items off the floor and use them, and also slimes could eat them. So you would always make a stash in lair where in the early lair floors, usually on lair 2, where you wouldn't have any monsters spawning who could pick up your items and use them. So that's when you used to use waypoints, because you'd set one to your stash. I'm going to show you how to do that though. So you do Shift X and then Control W. Oh, okay. Okay, that was fun. So what happened there is when you hit Control W, depending on your browser, that closes your tab. So it closed my browser window, and then as I reopened it, I accidentally doxed myself. So I had to cut that one up. Let's try again. Apparently, you can use asterisk W or asterisk instead of Control in Crawl. So we can try that. And I don't know what you do if you don't have a number pad, because apparently you need to use the actual asterisk key. If you press Shift 8, that's not the same as just asterisk. So I don't know. Let's see. So Shift X, now I need to do asterisk and W. There we go. Okay, so that's how we get around that. We get to assign a waypoint you pick a number, so may as well just pick 1 and then enter, and then escape out of that. So we've assigned a waypoint to 1. So now if you think about when you normally use the G menu to go somewhere, it lists all the different places that you can go to. You can also, it says here, you can list your waypoints with that asterisk, but if you know what the number is, you can just press that. So I just press 1 and it's going to bring us to our waypoint. So now we can easily get back to all the stuff that we stashed here. Isn't that great? Waypoints and stashes, it's been a very long time. Alright, so time to go get our extended runes. I talked a little bit about whether Hell or Pan is the best, but I'll bring up something else first. If you're reading any really old guides about 15 runes or listening to someone who played it years ago, they'll probably tell you that you can do Tomb around this time. And that used to be the case, but it's no longer. So Tomb in the last couple of versions had its stairs changed to all be one-way hatches. So it went from being one that you would do around this time to start extended, or maybe, you might do it at rune 7, 8, something like that, to one that you pretty much should always do last at 15. So if you read something that says go to Tomb now, I promise you do not. It's terrifying places. You don't want to go there. So it means we've got one of the other two. And this is, it's 3 different places that these extended runes are split up into. Tomb was 1. You also have 5 in Pandemonium, and then you have 4 in Hell. I think most players consider Pandemonium to be easier than Hell. I'm a little bit, it's not biased, but when I started playing, I just assumed that Hell was easier than Pan for some reason. So I always started off doing Hell first, so I have a little bit of a preference for doing that. I also think in recent times, again, where Q mutation potions have been removed, that in some ways that makes Hell a little bit more attractive to do early than it used to be. You'll find a lot of mutators in Pan, and one of the themed Pan floors in particular is covered just with mutators. So if you ever get really badly mutated in Pan and you run out of mutation potions, your character might really struggle. Whereas if it's one of your last runes, then maybe you don't have to go so long like that. But I think for the purposes of doing a Beogh extended run, I suspect that maybe, yeah, almost certainly Pan will be easier than Hell. Part of the reason for that is that when you're in Hell, there's a constant Hell effect that goes, and that operates every now and then. One of the things that it often does is summons a bunch of demons or other enemies around you. If you're one of the stronger extended gods, like say the Shining One or McLeb, you'll heal when you kill those. But for us being Beogh, we won't. So that's going to be much more threatening than it would be if you're playing a 15 rune game as you would normally when you're not just doing this. So I think we're going to do Pan first. I think we've got Ogric with us. He's following, yep. And so Spirok, that's okay. There are a couple of other things that we need to know for Pan. So let's have a look at our rune list again. There are 5 runes in here. The demonic one can spawn randomly in floors, but these other 4 are all on themed floors, and they're sort of mostly themed around, well, they're not themed around it, but depending on which Panlord it is and which themed floor it is, the resistance you want changes. So when you're fighting Cerebov, for instance, who guards the fiery rune, it's a fire themed floor. So you want to have 3 pips of RF. You must have that. When you fight Lom Labom, he has cold damage and elect, so you want to have 3 pips of RC. So we need a way or ways to get those extra resistances. Now we've got some potions of resistance, they will help us, but it would be good to also have some RF and some RC. We can carry in with us a ring of protection from fire, and one of cold, I guess. We don't have one of cold? Is that? Oh, because I searched for RF. I'm an idiot. Never mind. Yeah, okay, there are plenty. Alright. Another thing that I want to do just before we head off is I want to have the Glaives of Holy Wrath with us, because they're going to be extremely good gifts to give to orcs when we're in extended. Is that about it? We need to find a pan entrance. That's another thing. I'm really nervous about this actually. There's one floor up on depths 3. Alright. Well, we can leave Ogric there. We'll bring him with us into Pan. Okay, he can wait there. And let's go get the RF and the RC. And then I guess one final thing. This has been a lot of talking and not much playing. Okay, good. We can get both of them here. So we've got an RC and an RF. Putting either one of those on will give us 2 pips. And then we can get the 3rd pip by quaffing a potion of resistance. And we can be fully protected. Okay, but yes, one final thing I want to do perhaps is pick up... it doesn't matter so much. Okay. I'm thinking about picking up the Manuals of Necromancy and the Necronomicon. It is something we kind of want to do soon, but maybe not yet. Currently we're training our crossbow to Mindalay, which won't take very long because we only need to get it to 10. After that, I think we probably do translocations first. We have a manual of translocations here in our inventory, and a couple of really useful spells with Blink, and I think we have Passage of Galubria we can learn. Yep, so that would be very handy. And then once we do that, I think we then start doing the Necromancy. Yep. We'll see if we can't cast some of the Necronomicon spells before this is over. Alright, but yeah, we'll do translocations first. It's not too difficult to leave Pan, so you'll see that when we get there. But I guess we go. We've got full RN, which is what we want. We can get everything else except our corrosion, but we never found that in our game. Alright, well I guess this is it. I'm really nervous. I don't know why I'm this nervous, but I feel really nervous. Okay, we want to go to Pan. There you are. Alright, so we'll bring Ogric in with us. It tells you that once you enter, you can't return immediately. That is true. And we end up on this random floor. So when you enter the themed floors that can have the runes, you'll get a message. The game will tell you that you can sense it. And then if you try to leave that floor before you get the rune, the game will prompt you and say, hey, what are you doing? Don't leave before you have the rune. Are you sure you want to do that? Pro tip, don't leave, because once you do, you'll never be able to get that rune again. But for all these random floors, basically, you're just trying to move on to the next, more or less. There are a couple ways you can do this. So for the demonic rune, there's a chance that it spawns randomly on each one of these floors. I think there's about a 1 in 10 chance. So one method you can use is to try and clear them and see if the rune's on it. Or also, some of these floors ultimately are themed as well. Hey, let's check this. An embroidered hat. Okay, it's a +1 hat. If we could get an MR hat, I'd be really happy. But yeah, I don't know. So you sort of have a choice of, do you just want to move on, or do you want to try to fight the Panlord? And then, oh, that was my elbow on the desk. That really hurt, actually. Or do you want to see if you can get the demonic rune? And it sort of depends. Pan is infinite. That really hurt too. So there are floors forever. They just keep going. And each one of these random floors will have one Panlord guarding it. Okay, I've retreated him back. Ogric's only and knight, so he's gonna die pretty easily to AoE from stuff. So I'm gonna fight these things and then we'll go get him back. Actually, we could probably get him back now. Yeah, okay, good. Let's see what was there. A glowing large shield, so we're gonna test that. Our shield is a shield of ignorance, but we might get really lucky and we find something like a shield of temperature. I think that's what it's called. It might just be a shield of resistance where it gives us RF and RC. Or like that, although a large shield of poison resistance isn't too exciting because we already have poison resistance from our armor. I'll carry it though, it's a good thing to give an orc potentially. And then on we go. Basically, oh wow, okay, well this is amazing. So this is our very first pan floor, and this is one of the themed ones. It's always going to have the demonic rune. The way that I know is just because I recognize it. There are about 5 or 6 of them. One of them's called Hellion Island. This one, I don't know what it's called, but it's going to have a bunch of Eyes of Draining and Ghost Moths that are going to drain your mana, and then the demonic rune's going to be in here. Once you've done this a few times, you just sort of come to recognize them all. And as soon as I see an Eye of Draining in a little cage there, I know that this is one. So that means we're going to be getting our demonic rune first go, which is pretty amazing. Alright. So remember how I said every one of these floors is going to have a Panlord guarding it? For that reason, I'm not just charging right into the middle. We're sort of circling around it. Okay, there's a Soul Eater. Okay, good. And we'll see. So we let that guy out. Let's back up again. Yeah, see, there's our first Fiend. Alright, so this is a Sitsamul. Used to be called a Shadow Fiend, so I say it's a Fiend, but it's not technically a Fiend, but it operates like all the other Fiends where it has Symbol of Torment. It also has Bolt of Draining, Bolt of Cold, and a Spell Undead if you're undead, so really dangerous. Basically what we're going to be doing with Fiends here, in all of Extended, is as soon as we see them, we are going to want to be smiting them. There's our Panlord. I am more afraid of the Fiend though, even more afraid than the Panlord. Okay, the Cacodemon is a mutator, so kind of annoying, but there's not, we could mutate him, but, oh sorry, smite him, I can't even speak today, but I'm not too afraid. Alright, and here's, okay, Ogric just got up to a Warlord. Here's our Panlord. Apparently he has Summon Demon, we don't know what else he has, so he's going to have a random spell set. He could have Torment, he could have Iron Shot, he could have Paralyze, he could have a bunch of different things. Extremely dangerous. Once again, we're just going to smite him to death. We're going to run out of mana eventually. No, we got him? Yeah, okay, good. Oh, that hurt. What was that owned so much? Bolt of Energy. Okay. Well, that hurt. Okay. I'm much less afraid though of these ones. No Fiends, no Panlord. A lot of these guys, the Demon Spawn, they're all melee enemies, so we can just fight those guys. We have a lot of AC, we have a lot of shield. What is all this invis stuff? A disturbance. I don't even know what those are. I'm kind of getting afraid now. Problem is, our only C in Viz is also an MR minus ring. Does that matter? Maybe. We got 10 potions of heal wounds. I'm not that afraid. Oh right, it's a ghost. They're ghost moths. That's why. That's why we keep getting all our mana drained. Now I understand. Okay, that's okay. That hurt. Something is smiting us. Alright, that's the Sun Demon. Alright, this is getting a bit crazy. So what I'm going to do is... not dig a kill hole because the cacodemons can energy bolt. Maybe what I should just do, no, we've only got one potion of invis too. I was going to say we could go invis and then the ghost moss would stop stealing all our mana. But I don't like that. Because we have no mana, we can't recall all our other friendly orcs in. That would very easily fix this situation as well. We could just teleport. So I could retreat Ogric up. We could start running left and then I could teleport. And then we could get our mana back. And if we reset this fight, it would be much easier. Maybe that's the way to do it. It's just kind of a tricky situation. I don't think we're actually going to die here, but it's just like we kind of need to do something, whether it's just reset the fight or whether it's quaff a bunch of potions to heal up and buff up or something like that. We have 7 potions of magic. Another option is just quaff a potion of magic and then just recall all our orcs in. Actually, I think I like that plan actually. So we quaff magic. So much of it gets just eaten immediately because there are at least 2 ghost moths here. But that gives us enough to then hit the recall button and then start backing up. We're going to instruct our friends to attack. And can we stop the recall? Yeah, okay, apparently that doesn't cost mana, so we can stop it at this point. We're getting airstruck by this blizzard demon. Airstrike is smite targeted, so maybe we'll quaff a heal wins. Oh no, I just realized our orcs can't see invis, so they're actually going to get owned by ghost moss. This is actually so bad. Alright, well, let's start running then. There's not much I can do about that, unfortunately. Alright, so our orcs are in a lot of trouble. Let's see. Once we get recall mana back, I'm going to recall them to us again. There we go. So we'll bring everyone to us here. Alright. Here's a Hellion. He has smite targeted damnation, so we're going to smite him to death. We kill him in 1. Let's stop our recall because we're still recalling. Oh man, what a nightmare start to Pan. Who's that? That's Ogric, in fact. Ogric is dying to poison. Let's tell everyone to guard this area. I would love to be able to just grab the rune and then get out of here so these guys don't die to poison. There's not much we can do about it at this point. Alright, everyone go. I'm gonna dig into here. Oh, nice. Our Orc Sorcerer paralyzed this one. There's another Hellion down there. Yeah. I regret my decision in running in like this. I should have just waited up to get our mana back. That's a lightning bolt, that hurts. We just lost someone there. Who just died? Who died? I don't know. Oh no, that polearm was just on the demon spawn. No one died. Okay, never mind. Now everyone get that one. I'm gonna smite the Hellion. We kill him in 1. Again, I think we've met 3 Hellions so far, and all of them we've killed in 1 smite. So it's similar with Tormentors. You don't have to worry too much. There's a Trident of Venom and a Demon Spawn corpse. I'm just gonna say that was another Demon Spawn who died and not an Orc. Yeah, okay. What a start to Extended. I'm sure you're all very convinced that Beogh is a legit god in Extended now. I don't know. I promise you it will be fine. This is kind of weird. There's our rune. Here's a Sitsimul. So we're gonna smite him to death. Takes 3 smites, that's fine. I like how there's a digging wand here. I wonder if that's always the case. Oh, that's a Hellion. And because of all the eyes are draining, we don't have the ability to smite. It's okay, I'm just gonna sit here. I don't think the Hellion is willing to shoot the Eye of Draining. So I'm gonna let him, I'm just hitting wait to make it so that I'm not killing the Eye of Draining, and I'm letting the Hellion come to us. And then I'm telling everyone to, well, I was saying retreat away, but now I tell them to kill the Soul Eater. So this way, once the Hellion starts doing this, he's not just going to kill all the orcs around me. Alright, well, we got him. Okay, everyone follow me again. Let's grab this rune. We're being watched. Okay, there's a ghost moth in there. Yeah, okay. Alright, we got him. Alright, we're good. We got our rune. Okay. Now, we're going to tell everyone to chill here. Oh no, everyone's fighting this guy. Everyone chill here. We're going to rest up. And then we'll go on to the next one. We just got nailed by some damnation. That means there's a Hellion somewhere. Down there. Okay, we've got another team of enemies coming. Hellion. Smite. That is a Demon Trident. We want that. It's always a good weapon to have on orcs. We just got sapped, so that reduces our, I think, our spell casting chances. Not that we care about that too much because we're not casting spells. And we're out of slots. Is there anyone we can gift a weapon to? The Orc Priest. Do you want a large shield of poison resistance? I guess. And then we'll get another Demon Trident. Where is it? Where'd the Demon Trident go? There. Alright, good. Okay, so this was a lot of fun. Basically, these themed floors that have the demonic rune are always quite difficult. And really, the thing that was crazy about this and that made it kind of nuts is really just the fact that we didn't have any mana. If we'd had mana that fight, or magic points, we would have been perfectly fine. Alright, so I'm going to tell everyone to wait here. Rather than bring this whole army with us into the next pan floor, because you can see it's kind of unwieldy to have this many followers in extended like this. What I'm going to do is actually, maybe we can get a couple of knights with us, but I'm thinking we might just go alone and we'll see if, we'll just wait for Beogh to gift us some. Yeah, I think we'll just go in alone. Right, that's a Sitsimul. Just smite him. Okay, cool. Everyone guard here. Alright, we're just gonna go in alone. Alright, so this is really fast. 2 pan floors and 2 runes. We get the message here that this is the floor of the mighty Pandemonium Lord Cerebov. So what I like to do on these floors is to magic map them. And it's going to tell us, looking at the mini map, you can pretty easily see where Cerebov's castle is. We're going to X that out and we're going to do it last. So this is the fire floor. We want to have our extra RF ring on. Unfortunately, in order to do this, we lose a point of RN. That's something I didn't think about. Oh well, there's not much for it. I'd rather have 2 points of RN and 2 points of RF than full RN and no RF, and only 1 RF, I mean. Alright, well I guess we switch with the MR ring, probably. Here in the fire themed floor, I don't believe any of these monsters, these pan demons, these fire demons, are going to do MR attacks. And I know Cerebov isn't going to have paralyze or anything like that. So we can have low MR on this floor, just this floor. Alright, Scrolls of Vulnerability. And a Glowing Large Shield. Let's stop equipping ourselves. I wonder if this is going to be an RF shield and fix all our woes. No, it's a large shield of protection. But no, that actually loses us RN. Now I think about it. So we want the Shield of Ignorance. Alright, fine. Oh boy. I don't even remember what I was saying anymore. Here's our first Brimstone Fiend. So we smite him. He dies. Starting to drop our piety. We had to use a lot of smite on the last floor. What I can do, so situations like that one, where we could have backed up to make the fiend come to us, and it wouldn't be so dangerous. I don't know. Or we could keep smiting them. It doesn't really matter. With our Amulet of Faith on, we're going to be getting a lot of piety for all this stuff. So you see we're back up to 5 pips of piety again anyway. I don't like that the door's open. That's a bit of a worry. Executioner. And was there anything else? Apparently our crossbows have made it to Mindale, which is, yeah, something I should be doing as well. I should be shooting this stuff from range. Look at this. We've got a crossbow of a Lek that has a bunch of strength on it. And we have, oh, there was a Zot trap there. And we have gloves of archery, which give us even more slaying on it. So this crossbow is really powerful. Yeah, that's right, okay. But now that our crossbow is off, we're just training armor. What I want to do is turn our dodging back on. And I want to start training for our spells. So we're going to turn spellcasting on. It's a -3 aptitude on Hill Orc, which is pretty bad. But it's okay, we need it. It's going to give us more magic points. Well, eventually. It won't really, because you get the biggest contribution that comes from either your invocations, evocations, and spellcasting skill. And we have 27 invo. So the bonus you get from spellcasting is the most, but I don't know, it's probably going to take a lot of that before it overcomes this one. Anyway, it's going to help us with our spellcasting all the same. It's going to give us more spell levels, and we're going to focus translocations. Let's also learn Passage of Galubria. It goes to V, good. And we're going to try to get both Passage, Apportation and Blink Castle. All of those are very useful spells. Passage and Blink are good escapes, and then Apportation is good for grabbing items and potentially stealing runes. It's gonna raise pretty quickly our skills here in Extended. Basically, once you get to this point in the game, there's so much experience that you can end up just doing more or less whatever you want. So we're gonna do translocations and then start training towards Necronomicon stuff. That's everything except for our castle here. So Cerebov is going to be sitting in the middle here. These tiles are going to be lava. He's going to be sitting behind it. This is actually a pretty good one because what happens is he just sits behind the lava and then casts spells at you, which is fine because then if you're dying you can just walk away and you can reset. But another thing is these outer chambers all have treasure in them. So say you were trying to avoid him, you could run in and steal the treasure first while potentially trying to avoid him. Okay, but we are going to fight him. So I want to go in really slowly though. There are likely to be fiends in here, and they'll have torment. And if it's what's the brimstone ones also have damnation. Hey, look, we got some friends. All right, let's see if they can help us fight Cerebov. All right, nice. Maybe. Look how quickly they get upgraded in here. They will die extremely quickly to Firestorm. I don't know if that's obvious. Probably should be. So I'm going to tell them to wait out here. rather than come in and fight Cerebov, because they're going to die instantly. So you guys guard that area. Let's see if we can deal with Cerebov. But the reason that I'm being really careful with Fiends is that all of these lords, the Hell Lords and the Pan Lords, are dangerous enough on their own. You don't want to be getting tormented at the same time. It's a very, very easy way to die is to just charge in into these, I guess you'd call them kind of like boss runes, and just get overwhelmed. Whereas if you try and lure the stuff out one at a time, it will be much easier. Okay, so there's Cerebov. He hasn't noticed us. So what I want to do is back off out of vision. I want to quaff a potion of haste, which we have 16 of. That's crazy. So we're now fast. I want to quaff one of our resistance potions to bring us up to full RF. And then agility doesn't do much. You can't dodge his firestorms. I was just thinking, I'm pretty sure he's Arlek, but I don't actually know. He is resistant to, he's magic immune, resistant to fire, damnation, poison, drown, RN, torment. He doesn't actually have any Arlek at all. So let's get the Fiend first. Yeah, we got tormented. Okay, well, we're going to back off. We don't want to fight Cerebov and Fiends, as I was saying. So we're losing a resistance potion here and a haste, or maybe not. What we could do is take this really slowly. Let's see. Okay. We're kind of hurting him with our crossbow, but it's a bit slow. And anytime he starts firestorming us is going to really hurt. But what we can really do is, again, show off the power of Beogh and the power of Smite. So let's see. We're going to do, I was going to say, much more damage with Smite. That first one rolled really lowly. We got a firestorm there. Okay. And another firestorm. I think we just reset this fight. We started it off at half HP. I thought maybe we could still kill him, but it's too dangerous. So we're gonna reset it. We're gonna go again. Where are you, Cerebov? There you are. He's still hurt from the last fight, which is good. So let's go resistance again. We're gonna go haste again. And let's yell at him. There he is. Okay, let's just smite. Cerebov is one of the most dangerous enemies in the game. So you don't want to mess around too much with him. I don't care if we have to use all our piety smiting him to death. We'll get there. We ran out of magic. One last crossbow bolt and we'll finish him off. Alright, cool. Cerebov down. Our piety is down to 3, which is a lot, but that's okay. We can always go, if we really need to, we can always go get more by running around in the abyss or something, but I'm not worried. Cool. He's really, really dangerous. And he has heaps of HP, which is why he ate so many smites there. Got controlled blink added to our library. I think the chances of us ever casting controlled blink is very low, but it's a very strong spell. Oh, okay, we got a fiend here. I'm just gonna fight him. We're in melee range. You're most afraid of the fiends where they're, say, a full screen away, so they're gonna be smiting and potentially doing hellfires as you approach them. But once you get them in melee, you can just kill them. I'm gonna ID this artifact Demon Blade. Wow, plus 11 Demon Blade of Zom's Entertainment. That's really good. But it doesn't have any resistances, which is the main thing I was checking, so I'm not too worried about giving that to an orc. Artifact ring. Okay. The minus corrosion on it isn't a big deal. The thing that I like about this is that it's a way to get RLEC, which doesn't also give us MR minus. So I'm going to drop the other one. Oh, but the other one is our only source of C invisible. Okay, never mind. So we can't afford to do this. That sucks. I'm going to drop the Wand of Acid. I don't know. I can't remember the last time I've ever used one of these. The Wand of Acid. You know what? Let's drop the Scrolls of Vulnerability. They're going to be much less useful here in Extended. You can't use Fear against demons, and we don't have any Hex Wands or any Hex spells, so that's not a big deal. Plain Ring. I wonder if this is the Arc Corrosion Ring. It is. Do we need it? Maybe if we go do a Zig. Okay, we're going to make more space. Is there more wizardry around? No, this is our only Staff of Wizardry, so we can't afford to drop this. We'll drop the Demon Trident of Pain. We're going to be seeing a lot more Demon Tridents here in Pan. I'm not too worried about ever running out of those. Man, this has been hard extended so far. We got a few spells there that I'm not too interested in. This has nothing. And then I think that's it now. Oh, right, we could get the Sword of Cerebov. That's a cool thing to give to a follower. I'm not actually going to, it's just that it's cool. Because what this sword does is so it's a flaming sword, but then it makes enemies that it hits vulnerable to fire. So it actually does quite a lot of damage. We pick up our 7th rune there, a 2nd Pan rune in 2 floors. Pretty nuts. And I think that's it now. Alright, so we're going to be going on to the next floor. Let's put on our ring of extra MR again instead of our protection from fire ring. Yeah, we don't want to be walking around random Pan floors with only 2 pips of MR. Let's go. Alright, so it's a random Pan floor again, but now that we already have the demonic rune, there is nothing for us on any of these floors, these random ones. So we may as well just try and find exits as soon as possible to try to get to the themed ones. I really want that teleportation scroll though. I'm doing backslash to turn off Scrolls of Vulnerability in our auto pickup because we don't need those. Can we cast 12% on Abitation? Nice. There's an Ice Fiend. We're going to smite him. He's full screen away, and we don't have a good way to fight him from that far away. Okay, can we cast Abitation? We kind of can, not with much spell power. In 2 goes we got it to us, and we're just going to wait here to get our HP back before we head on over to the next floor. Because you don't know where you're going to land. You might land right in the middle of a really dangerous floor. You might land right next to one of the Panlords. So if you can, don't head into the next floor missing HP. In this case I want to though, because that's a Hell Sentinel. Has Damnation, has Iron Shot. I don't want to fight him. We're just going to move on. Yeah, we eat a Damnation as a parting shot just for our troubles. Let's see if we can rest up here. Something's opening the door. Spooky. Okay. Yeah, and so we're just looking for exits to the next portal. Typically the Panlord who's guarding the floor is in the middle of the map. So where possible, I'm going to stick to the outsides. That's a brand weapon scroll. Do I want to brand weapon this Broadaxe of Freezing? I feel like the risk is not really worth it. I'm just going to ignore it actually. Oh, we got a free slot. There you go, we can pick it up. I gotta remember, we should be running around with our hand crossbow out because we can fight stuff from range. Yeah, see, for instance, we could have fought that Ice Fiend from range with this hand crossbow. Keep forgetting, we have a ranged weapon. And then our DPS is going to go up a lot as our orcs start getting named, as Bogwick just did then. Because then we can give them... No, we can't because we only have 3 pips of piety. Okay, well, once we get back to 5 pips of piety, we can start gifting them holy broadaxe, holy glaives, which will shred everything here. Right, we can use apportation. Sweet. I gotta remember now that we have apportation, and let's have a look. Our blink's down to 13%, which is pretty good. Passage of Galubria is still up at 65. I guess we're just gonna keep training it, at least while we have the manual. I don't want to set a skill target. We'll just keep going. Alright, there's our exit. We'll port this heal wounds to us. It takes us a couple of goes. And then on to the next one. It's another plain floor. So again, we're just looking for exits. There's the Caco Demon. Wait, do we have Portal Projectile in our game? No, we never found Portal Projectile. Okay. Would be really good with our hand crossbow. For instance, the Caco Demon has Malmutate. What we could do if we had Portal Projectile is step behind an orc and then shoot crossbows at him in a smite targeted way, but we can't. So we'll just have to shoot crossbows from the front, like there. You feel a strong urge to shout. That's not a big deal. Another Caco Demon. Fortunately, it wasn't something like Teleportitis or something like that. Okay. Hopefully he's not going to go too ham, just damnating us. Taking this slowly, in case he does damnate us as a group here, then I want to finish him off with a smite. No, everyone's still okay. Good. Alright, we kill him. Whoa, what happened there? How did that happen? A bunch of things just jumped on top of us. I don't know. That's very odd. Oh, because there was a shadow... Now I understand. There's a shadow demon who summoned them. Now I get it. That makes more sense. Alright, now we're healed. Let's see. Sticking to the outside again. See if we can get out of here. More teleportation scrolls. Always very nice. That is a Demon Trident and Flaming. Not too exciting. Alright. The Ice Fiend. Let's start off shooting bolts at him. If we start eating too many torments or our orcs start getting in the way, like that, we'll just finish him off with a smite. And we can import our bolts back to us. That's a pretty cool thing. Our other orc just got named. We still need to get to 5 piety though. But once and if we do, we're going to be much stronger. Much stronger. Stone walls up there. This is probably suggesting that's where the Pen Lord is. So I'm going to go back around the other way. Let's head all the way over here. You feel a little pissed off. Alright, so we just got Berserkitis. This is probably not one that we want to have. So what this does is, as you're fighting, it's going to make you go berserk, which then removes all your options for doing things such as teleporting, blinking, smiting, casting spells, drinking potions, all very bad things. So that's one that I immediately want to mutate out of. You feel more calm. Excellent. And we got a couple of fairly small mutations here. We have a mild repulsion field and our mind is acute. I wouldn't get too attached to any of your mutations when you're in Pan, because you see how often we're getting mutated here. And then when you have the mutation themed floor, we need to smite the fiend there. You're gonna get mutated a lot. Stonewall's over there too, so I don't know. Don't know where the ending of this floor is, but I would like to leave it. Another fiend and another immediate smite, double smite in fact. You guys are dying here after all the torments we just ate. Another fiend. Gonna start off shooting crossbows again. One of these guys has his own arbalist, Bogwick. Okay. That's pretty cool. And we killed that guy without getting tormented. Where'd that exit? Don't know. Alright, nice. Ortolf became a warlord. That's going to make him a lot more survivable now. Another fiend. The insta torment, so we're going to insta smite in return. The Hellion also needs to die. Do you ever see our piety getting back to 5? I don't. Maybe. Alright, well there's a portal to the next floor. Let's go through. It's another random one, but I think we're going to leave this one for now. So if you join me in the next one, we're trying to gift our holy glaives to these guys, Ortolf and Bogwick, and we'll be continuing on with Pan.